So what do? We can leave here feeling good, we can leave here feeling happy, we can even shout. But that ain't gonna liberate political prisoners, that's not gonna get the work done. We need to do something else. What is the next stage? I'm gonna take my seat in a minute, but I want us to talk about what do we do when we leave here, family? The first thing we must do is ask different questions. We can open up the Philadelphia Daily News and see Seth Williams and say, oh my God, Seth Williams got some religion. Seth Williams got some heart. Seth Williams got a conscience and he decided to stop pursuing it. You can even believe his press release and say he didn't want to bog down the courts anymore. They've been fighting for Mumia's execution for 30 years. You tell me another 180 days would have bothered them? No! The state doesn't have feelings, it has interests. It has interests. The state had an interest in not having any more evidence enter a hearing. The state had an interest in silencing the conversation on Mumia Abu-Jamal. The state had an interest in thinking that if we take death off the table, we'll stop fighting for his life. But we can't stop there. We have to ask different questions. Why is the state doing this now? But we have to broaden that conversation. We have to think in our analysis so that we don't just exhaust us at the level of Mumia Abu-Jamal, because it ain't just about Mumia, although it is about Mumia. We have to ask ourselves, how do we end up in 2011 with 2.5 million black bodies incarcerated? When there were only 250,000 incarcerated in 1967, even 1970. How do we increase the prison population tenfold? Do we create a generation of criminals? No. Or do we create a state that is committed to criminalizing black bodies? We have to stop that. We look at drug use, we look at all these so-called social crimes. I teach at Columbia University. If I went to my campus right now, you know how many people I could arrest for public drunkenness, disorderly conduct, simple possession of marijuana? Most of them. Including some of the faculty. Don't check my top drawer, that's all I'm saying. But we ain't looking there. 70% of New York State prisoners come from 3 counties, and it ain't Westchester. We have to change the logic of the day that says that black bodies are worthy of incarceration, containment, and even lethal force. We have to change that by asking different questions. Stop asking what it means to drive while black and start asking what it means to patrol while racist. Ask a different question. Ask dangerous and counterintuitive questions, and not just the white folk. Go all the way down to D.C. and ask the same question to the Negro in charge. Allegedly. Ask different questions. Ask why we have first-class jails and second-class schools. These are the questions that we must ask, and once we ask these critical questions, we must place them squarely in the laps of people with power. That means we must act bravely. We must organize. We must continue to struggle. I go around this country, we have 50 black people in 25 organizations. Everybody president and vice president. We must begin to come together. Build, don't just build organizations, join organizations. Sacrifice for organizations, work for organizations, even if you don't get the microphone, family. We must do this work. As I conclude, James Baldwin said, those of us who know the truth and do nothing are worse than the murderers hiding our names. He said, if you know the truth, then we must regard your life as if it were our own, because it is. And we must block the corridor to the gas chamber with our very bodies. Because if they come for you in the morning, surely they will come for us at night. We block the corridor